Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Fandom Fights. We got a debut singles match for you today. Alex versus Kaiser. Alex, I don't know if Alex has ever played in anything multiplex. Couldn't tell you. I know he hasn't played in Fandom because he's debuting. But know him from over at Ontel. Seen him there a few times. Kaiser, I've seen in Warzone, and I'm a Kaiser fan. In multiplex, he has made me laugh many times. Alex has made me laugh in Ontel, but not in multiplex. So they're here to debut in Fandom Fights. It's going to be interesting. Got Thomas Scully here to co-host this one with me. Scully, how you doing?
Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting match. I love debut matches because I think they're a really good barometer of kind of where players are kind of at this point in their career. Because you have some who come in, with maybe one stories are really good in, and then they surprise us with like their well-rounded knowledge and how they're able to know like all of these different categories that we have here in Fandom. So both Kaiser and Alex we've seen over, they know their geek stuff. We know that. So let's see how they do with some of the more fringe categories that make Fandom so unique. So I'm really excited to see what both these guys have planned for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go talk to them and see how they feel right now in the promos.
I'll be the first to admit, I don't remember signing up for Fandom. There, I said it. I don't know how this happened, but you wake up at 11:45 at night and you've got a notification that says, hey, it's time to go. You just kind of do it. I was a bit nervous. I'm a shy boy by nature. But then I saw who I was playing and I was excited because I also quite like Kaiser. And then I saw who we brought in to manage him and I thought, yay, because I always love a chance to beat up Sandy Andy and these Raggedy Boy Scouts. The guys over at Fun DMC, they're always so nice to me, and I don't know why. So I'm going to bully them over and over again until they stop it. So I don't know. Here's to Fandom.
You call me Sandy Andy? I don't really know what just happened. Like, I don't get it. But we're here. You're here. You're here in Fandom. I don't think you really expected to be here this year either, but I'm excited. And even more so, I'm excited you're on Fun DMC because everyone likes you, and we like you. That's why we picked you up. But how do you feel about playing Alex today, who we keep trying to be nice to, but decides to bully us anyway?
Well, I'm not a nice guy, so I'll do the bullying for this match. But I'm excited. I don't know what to say. I don't know why I'm in Fandom. Sure, let's play.
This sounds like a lot of confidence from everyone in this match. I'm excited to see this. Kaiser, I have confidence in you, even if you don't have confidence in yourself. So
thank you.
Let's see what happens. Good luck.
Scully, so much confidence in both of these players. What do you think of the promos?
Yeah, both of them forgot that they wanted to play Fandom at one point in their lives. So naturally, by the law of everything that goes on here at Multiplex, they will both have perfect games probably. So I'm ready to get to it. Let's do it.
Sounds about right. All right, let's get into it with round number one. Here's how it's going to work. There are going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is worth 1 point a piece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question. You each have 3 repeats and 1 challenge rule for the entirety of the match. Any questions as we get into round number one?
No.
All right, let's get started. Scully, you want to go ahead and give question 1?
I would be glad to. All right, guys, your first question is going to come in the category of YA dystopia. In the Maze Runner, Minho is the leader of what group within the Glade?
I like this movie.
It's not my. It's the one that's most true to the actual book, which I like.
I haven't read the books, so I couldn't tell you.
2 and 3 radically different from book to film.
Yikes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kaiser, we'll start with you.
The Runners.
And Alex.
Yes, sort of point with the Runners.
Runners is correct. Both scoring as we get into your next question, which is in Star Wars. Which Star Wars film features the character Unkar Plutt? That was they were quick to the board on that one, Scully.
Yep, this is yeah, they know their Unkar Plutts.
My question to you though is, do you even know what Star Wars is? Because I have no idea.
It's been talked about at parties I go to, but I'm not high-minded enough to like really dig deep into what they're talking about.
Pens down. Let's go to Alex
Star Wars 7: The Force Awakens.
and Kaiser.
Star Wars Episode V11, The Force Awakens.
That is correct.
I think we can accept both.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Scully?
All right, guys. Your question is going to come in the category of scores and soundtracks. At the end of Shrek 2, what song do Puss and Donkey sing on stage together? Already. Cough's killing me these days.
Oh yeah, you're all like sick and stuff.
I'm not, like head cold, you know.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
the-
saw you a couple days ago, and you were.
Oh, I wasn't doing. I was not doing well.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
I'm a
know if
lot
that
better
match-
now than I was.
Don't think that match is aired yet, so don't even want to say what it
Nope,
was.
we're not even going to talk about it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. For the audience, it'll look like you're getting worse. Let's go to Kaiser
This is a guess holding up for a hero.
and Alex.
Ebony and Ivory.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Livin' La Vida Loca.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right, guys, your next question is in fandom quotes. Which Pixar character said the quote, "It's there. I know it is because when I look at you, I can feel it. And I look at you and I'm home." I don't want to say too much, but I love this quote.
What do you feel when you're home?
Well, Maggie's in bed, so right now relief. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben's down. We'll go to Alex
I don't know. I said Ian Lightfoot.
and Kaiser.
I said Carl Fredrickson.
Both incorrect. We were looking for everyone's favorite forgetful fish, Dory.
Ah. No wonder I forgot.
All right. We'll move on to your next category, which is going to be in James Bond, everyone's favorite. How does Goldfinger die in Goldfinger?
I hosted a match right before this. Also hasn't aired yet, but we had a question about this movie, and this movie's good.
It's great.
I like this movie a lot.
It's everyone's favorite Connery, I think.
Yeah, I like this one a fair amount. It's very fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kaiser, we'll start with you.
He gets sort of electrocuted.
We'll go to Alex.
Might be right. Covered in molten gold.
Both incorrect. He gets yeeted out of an airplane. Just absolutely yeeted out of an airplane.
The
Right
physics of that scene are unparalleled. I highly recommend it.
All right, guys, your next question is in Marvel. Which Marvel mutant has the power to fire concentrated energy beams out of his chest? And we will take the real name or the mutant name.
I sometimes do that, but it's because I've had too much Chipotle. Since the pain is more internal than external.
Dude, I feel that. I had taquitos for dinner earlier, and
Ooh.
I feel that right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Alex
Havoc.
and Kaiser.
Hey, Alex, it's Havoc.
Havoc is correct. We stay tied 3-3 as we get into what question, Scully?
All right, your next category is Mission Impossible. In which Mission Impossible film does Ethan Hunt get married?
Big fan of these movies.
They're a consensus favorite around here.
Yeah, I think this was a good ad.
This was a very good ad. I remember when it was first announced, I was very, very excited.
Yeah, good shit. 5, 4, 3.
The other one, not so much.
1. Pens down. I love it. Let's go to Kaiser
Mission Impossible I.
and Alex.
Mission Impossible Tree.
Mission Impossible 3 I tree, whatever you want to say. That is the correct answer. All right, guys. The next category is Worlds of DC. Who is the last member of the Justice League to join the first underground confrontation of Steppenwolf to free his hostages in Justice League? I just bought the Zack Snyder's Justice League on 4K Blu-ray. Gonna give that a rewatch, but that is not in Fandom. Was not theatrically released.
Nope. Oh well. But you get to watch the other one, which is half as long and 1/5 as good.
I was saying absolutely terrible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Alex.
Is it the Flash?
And Kaiser.
The Aquaman.
The Aquaman is correct. So Kaiser striking first blood. It is 5-4 in favor of Kaiser. What is next?
All right, your penultimate question is going to come in the category of the MCU. Who plays Eitri in Avengers Infinity War?
Black Widow now eligible for this category. I watched it today. For another time, like I saw it in theaters. But yeah, very much. I like it. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters opening day. I thought it was really, really good.
Can I get a repeat, please?
So,
yes, Alex's first repeat.
All right. Who plays Eitri in Avengers Infinity War? It's getting a lot of shit now in the Twitter sphere, as they would call it.
Yeah, it's not like an amazing movie or anything, but it's definitely entertaining.
Good. It's solid.
Yeah, it's a fun time to watch. It's a little too long, but overall the action's pretty decent. So.
I wouldn't compare it to Avengers Infinity War.
No, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Kaiser.
Lannister always plays his dad's Peter Dinklage.
And Alex.
Peter Dinklage.
The repeat paid off. Peter Dinklage is correct. So 6-5 as we get into your final question in the round, which is in the category of Planet of the Apes. And the question is, which Planet of the Apes film features a chimpanzee named Pericles? I was talking about this earlier. These movies are a mixed bag. You have movies that are like so fucking good it makes you want to cry, and then you have movies that are so fucking bad it makes you want to die. Yeah, and then you have movies that are fine. Like,
yeah, I think it's very much representative of fandom in general. Great movies, okay movies, awful movies.
Pens down, absolutely. Let's go to Alex.
Conquest of Planet of the Apes.
And Kaiser.
I said Planet of the Apes 2001 Tim Burton.
Kaiser is correct. It is Burton's Apes. So with that, we end round number 1. Kaiser in the lead 7-5. Is that what you have, Scully?
That is what I have.
All right, so we're going to move on to round number 2. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they have to keep whatever they spin the second time. Each question is worth 2 points apiece. Unless you check the multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1 point. There is stealing in round number 2, so be on the lookout. Alex, you have 2 repeats remaining. Kaiser, you have all 3. The categories on the wheel today are YA Dystopia, MCU, Mission Impossible, Disney Animation, Worlds of DC, Marvel, Star Trek, and Star Wars. So, Kaiser, we will bring in your manager. Would you like to spin first or defer to Alex?
How do you feel? Do you want to just keep going, or do you want to let him go and then see what we need to do in our round?
What's your opinion? Because I'm fine with either way.
I think you let him go, then we can see like if we can spin away from something that maybe we're middling on.
Okay, then I'll go second.
We'll go full defer.
All right. So this is going to be the spin for Alex. And it lands on Mission Impossible. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Can I spin again, please?
All right. This is going to be what you are stuck with. And it lands on the MCU.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to have Mr. Scully give you your questions in the MCU as soon as I give them to Mr. Scully. So, Alex, are you ready for your questions?
Yep.
All right, Scully. Do you see the questions?
I do.
All right, go ahead, Scully.
All right, Alex, first question in the category of MCU. Which MCU film features a cast including Elizabeth... I'm sorry, I'm restart. Which MCU film features a cast including Elizabeth... Sorry, let's start over. Which MCU film features a cast including Elizabeth Debicki, Ving Rhames, and Chris Sullivan?
That Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That is correct for 2 points. A tie game.
That is correct.
All right, your next question. Which MCU villain has the real name Darren Cross?
Yellow Jacket.
Correct for 2 more points. Next question. In Doctor Strange, who is revealed to be dead during the final battle, but revived when Stephen reverses time?
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Is it Huang?
1.
That is correct for 2 points. Right, your next question. In Captain America Civil War, Zemo leaves the body of a man with what specific profession in his hotel room?
Multiple choice, please.
Do that is it A, police commissioner, B, a pilot, C, a psychiatrist, or D, a construction worker?
I'm going to say psychiatrist.
That is correct for 1 point. And your last question. In Iron Man 2, at what type of location does Whiplash first confronts Tony Stark?
It's a racetrack.
And that is correct for 2 more points. So at the end of Alex's round, I have him with 14. Tim?
Yep, that's what I have. I have Alex with 14, Kaiser with 7, as we bring back his manager and the wheel for his spin. All right, Kaiser, here's your first spin. Lands on Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I mean, you need 7 out of 10 to tie. It's kind of up to you how you feel about this one. How you feel about Worlds of DC?
It's 50-50, but I kind of want to spin again and just see how it goes.
Hey, if you want to spin again, that's fine, man. There's plenty on here that you like, so you can go with that.
Yeah. Spin again, please.
All right, this is going to be what you are stuck with. It's going to be a free spin as it lands on the MCU.
It's a great second spin, though.
And it looks like you're getting the Worlds of DC.
All right, perfectly fine. You saw what happened. Okay. Take your time. You got multiple. All 3 repeats. Yeah.
Roger.
All right, Kaiser, I will give you your questions in Worlds of DC. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Your first question. As I scroll to it, there we go. Okay, your first question. Which Worlds of DC film features a final fight at a Christmas festival? Five, 4, 3.
Shazam.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Tom Curry in Aquaman?
Tamara Morrison.
That is correct for 2 points.
I'm sorry if I butchered the name.
No, I hate saying that name so much. So you're golden. You got it. You actually said it pretty perfect. All right, your third question. What does Anatoly? I'm gonna butcher this name.
Kniazev.
Kniazev disguise himself as in order to kidnap Lois in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, mailman, B, a janitor, C, an army general, or D, a waiter.
Janitor.
That is correct for 1 point. Your penultimate question. How does Lara, Cal's mother, die in Man of Steel?
She stays behind on a Krypton and the planet blows up. Final.
We can accept that for 2 points.
At the tie game.
Yep, tie game. All right, your final question, Kaiser. In Wonder Woman 1984, when Steve first appears to Diana in a new body, what does he put in her hand so that she knows it is him?
Yikes. Multiple choice.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, your options are A, a compass, B, a rose, C, a coin, or D, a watch.
A watch.
That is correct for 1 point. And now we don't have to think about creepy Chris Pine for the rest of the day. So the score, I have Kaiser leading by 1, 15-14. Is that you have, Scully?
That is what I have.
All right, we're going to get into the betting round. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to say a category. The players are then going to have to decide whether they want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If they get the question right, they will gain the points. If they get the question wrong, they will lose the points. Are there any questions about how this is going to work?
Can you give me 1 second? I need to pull up the code.
The what?
The code.
Oh,
Give me a second.
no problem. A-okay with that. We will bring in Mr. Tisdall.
Hello.
And I will say your first category. The first category is Star Trek.
I'm thinking Rodan.
If that's how you feel, that works for me. I like it. Go for it.
Okay.
Good, Anthony?
Yep, all set.
All right, let's get bets starting with Kaiser.
2 plus 0 equals to 2 plus 0 equals to 2.
So 2?
I'm
2.
I'm assuming it's
Two.
Okay, all right.
I'm doing math.
I don't do math. I play movie trivia. Let's go with Alex. How many points?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay. Your question in Star Trek. Who kills Kruge in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock? This movie's underrated.
It's good. It's actually, I shouldn't say it's good. It's fine. It's fine. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I enjoy watching this. It's a clean hour 40. It kind of goes by really quick. There's other movies that are 2.5 hours where I want to lose my mind.
I love motion picture, which is 210, I think.
It's 2. Yeah, it's close to that. It's awful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Kaiser
James Cook.
and Alex.
Kirk
is correct. So Kaiser gains 2 points, goes up to 17. Alex only betting 1, goes up to 15. It's now a 2-point game as we get into the next category. That category is Fandom Oscars.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. We're good.
All right.
I love codes.
All right. Let's get that starting with Alex
Nothing.
and Kaiser.
Nothing.
Stats only. Scully, what's the question?
All right, your question. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. Your question in Phantom Oscars. How many Oscars did The Incredibles win?
So since it's stats only and this doesn't really matter, I don't like to talk about the competitors while they're playing, but no, this doesn't matter. Kaiser had a recently legendary pull in Warzone that made me so happy. He got a question. He goes, I fucking know. The losers. And that was the answer. And it was the greatest thing I've ever seen ever. And I loved it so much.
Especially because it was the losers in underrated.
1. Pens down. Kaiser, we'll start with you.
2.
And Alex.
2.
2 is correct, but they both bet 0, so we stay where we are.
Score and animated feature, right?
17 to 15. Yeah, animated feature and sound. One of the sounds. I don't remember. I think editing. Something like that. All right. So the next category that you guys can bet points on is going to be Planet of the Apes.
Straight up T-Rex.
T-Rex. Yep, that's what I was going to say. Go for that.
All right. Let's get bets starting with Alex.
1.
And Kaiser.
Nada.
All right. Your question in Planet of the Apes. What X-Men actor plays John Landon, the owner of the facility in Rise of the Planet of the Apes? This is a good one. This is a good movie.
Yeah, my least favorite of the newer 3, but
I think
still,
they get better each time.
I agree.
I like War the best, but
War is definitely the best, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
I'm Scully. Yes, 5, 4,
Repeat.
3. All right, it's going to be Alex's second repeat. What X-Men actor plays John Landon, the owner of the facility in Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I love all 3, but yeah, no. Dawn has some like pacing issues.
Dawn is super slow at times, and that's the only thing that like makes it not on the level of War.
It's a weird thing, but like the first like 40 minutes of that movie has so much like back and forth, and I just like, I don't know, but I still love it. I think it's really, really good. But War, I think, is just incredible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Kaiser, who bet 0.
John Lithgow? I have no idea.
He is in the movie, but that is incorrect. Alex?
I don't think I had it. I had Kevin Bacon. That's it.
Also incorrect. We were looking for Brian Cox. Brian
He was in the
Cox.
movie?
Sure.
All right. So Alex loses 1 point, goes down to 14, is now a 3-point game. 2 questions remaining. And the next category that you can bet points on is going to be scores and soundtracks.
Twilight? Or do you want to try Breaking Dawn?
Based on the first round, I'm thinking Twilight.
Yeah, we have 3-point lead. We can play with this a little bit here or the next one. So,
Yeah. So, yeah, Twilight. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's get bets starting with Kaiser.
Why isn't Twilight in a Fandom? 0.
Let's go to Alex.
Because no one will play Phantom anymore, too.
All
Fair.
right. Here's where we're at. If Alex hits this question, we will move on to the final question of the match. If Alex misses this question, that will be the game. So, Scully, what is the question in scores and soundtracks?
All right, your question in scores and soundtracks. Name one of the 2 DC sequels composed by Ken Thorne.
Usually how that goes.
The infamous damn it after someone bet 0. I've had many of that.
I feel much better about when you bet 0 and you don't know the answer and your opponent bet and they clearly don't know the answer and then you're sitting there kind of going like this. That's happening.
I'm the smart one. I'm the smart one.
5, 4, 3.
This is how I win.
1. Pens down. Kaiser
Superman 2.
and Alex.
Superman 3.
We can accept both of those answers. Both were the acceptable. So Alex brings it 16 points to Kaiser 17. It is a 1-point game. 1 question remaining. A lot can happen. The question is in the category of Disney animation. So how many points do you guys want to bet?
What's the score? I'm sorry.
17 to 16. In favor of Kaiser.
So I don't know what he's going to do.
Apollo or Creed?
Yeah, you can do, honestly, anyone's fine. How you're feeling is how I want you to go with this. You can pick, at this point, screw it. I'm not even worried about it. 0, 1, or 2. If you go 0 and he misses, you're good. If you go 1, that's more, you never know what he's going to bet. So this is kind of how are you feeling?
I'm feeling Apollo.
Okay, I'm good with that. I like that.
Okay, I'm done.
All right.
All right. Let's get bets starting with Kaiser.
1.
And Alex.
2.
Oh boy. All right. So I believe we'll have a winner after this question, Scully. Here is the question. What specifically does Edgar the Butler put drugs into to knock the cats out in the Aristocats?
These are tense moments.
These are tense moments. These are very tense moments.
It's nice being on this side of it.
Right? This is like, yeah, goddamn. I agree. That's so true. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat, please.
All right, Kaiser's first repeat. What specifically does Edgar the Butler put drugs into to knock the cats out in the Aristocats?
You know when you get a question about a movie you haven't seen in 15 years and you're like, beans. You should have maybe popped it in.
I've never seen this movie, so I'm just gonna guess. Fuck it.
The old Mike Hanley, fuck it. It's always a good one.
Fuck
5,
it.
4,
He's had some success with fuck it.
1, pens down. We will start with Kaiser.
Congrats, Alex. I said coffee.
And we will go to Alex.
I said milk.
And your winner, Alex. The answer was milk. So at the end there, Alex betting 2. It seemed like they were both guessing Scully, but Alex was able to bet 2 and hit. And wow, really close game. Final score of 18-16. Really great debut match. What do you think, Scully?
Yeah, this was a great match. I mean, there was never a point where it felt like one competitor had a clear advantage. I mean, Kaiser had a 2-point lead out of round 1. That's almost nothing these days with how fast things can swing in round 2. They both got categories that they're comfortable with in round 2. They both essentially ran them without giving up any steals. And then round 3, it really just came down to that last question. And sometimes the guesses turn out, sometimes they don't. But congrats to Alex. Congrats to Kaiser, too. Both played a great game. This was a really, really great match.
Yeah, we'll start by talking to Kaiser. Kaiser, didn't quite go your way today, but you showed that you know some things. You know some stuff about trivia. Crazy, am I right? How you feeling?
I kind of dropped the ball at the end there, but it's how it goes. I'm not mad about it. At the end of the day, Alex has been here for far longer than I have. He's more experienced and he knows a lot of things. So I'm happy losing to Alex, and honestly, I don't feel too bad.
No, I mean, you played great. I mean, the betting round is the betting round. It always turns into something weird, and it's like, bet 0, but then you wind up knowing it. It happens every match. You played really well against somebody who is pretty much strictly geek. Hasn't done a lot here, but in opening night, he literally writes all the questions. So he knows stuff, and you held with him all the way. This is your first match. You didn't even know you were playing this year. This only shows that stop blading me. It only shows that you're going to be even better next year when you come back in the Fandom matches.
Hopefully, yes.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, we'd love to have you back. Is there anybody that that you'd like to play to try to get the win on the record?
Eli Boatman.
Sounds good.
Wow.
Sounds good to me, dude. We'll see what we can do. Great job today. I'm going to leave it there. Bring in Alex. Alex, congrats on the win. It looked like you weren't too sure there at the end, but you had the right answer. You won the match. How you feeling?
I feel great. Actually, The Aristocats is one of my favorite movies. One of the few animated movies that I actually really liked growing up. I didn't have that kind of childhood. But stepping into a new arena, this is my first time on this channel because I'm a loose cannon at commentary and I'm quite shy when it comes to playing. So stepping in against an opponent that I knew something about, that I knew what they brought to the table, someone that was actually a lot like me, another geek counterpart, it was kind of nerve-wracking. And what he put on the wheel y'all have seen those dystopia movies. They're they're
Fun times.
yikes. Yeah, they're a time. So it was good to get the win on a category that I wasn't necessarily super confident about. But yeah, it was fine.
Awesome. All right. Well, anybody that you want to play now that you have the win, who do you want to play next?
Ooh. Well, I've got a lot of friends here at Fandom, and I'd love to bury every single one of them, honestly. Joseph Burns, my main man, Joseph Burns, I think is my number one. We've never played anywhere, and I think it's time that we really change that.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. But Alex, congrats on the win. Very well done. Scully, any final thoughts?
No, both players really played their hearts out. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the future if they ever get a category that they're not as comfortable with. I always like seeing that with new players. They definitely were very much in their element, performing well with the categories they knew. And that's really just the first step into becoming a great Fandom player. So I'm excited to see what these two do after this match and going forward. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. Thank you to Kaiser and Anthony and Alex and Scully for co-hosting this one. We'll see you guys real soon with another match. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.